So we're gonna start speaking to you guys and speaking in between each other. Actually, well, this is our first try, so please be easy on us. Well, the goal is to overall share our experience that we are enjoying here in Portugal. I will start with the presentation of Extia, the company, and what we are doing here. Kevin will explain us a bit the contract that we can have here, and I'm here also with Mario and Thomas. And then the four of us, we're gonna speak a bit more about our whole experience here in Portugal, and maybe raise some questions that you could be interested in. And well, we are doing this out of fun. I hope it will not be too boring for you. We'll not get into too much technical details on administrative things and how we arrived here, but mostly lifestyle and what is the overall of our experience. And we hope you're gonna enjoy this. So, well, to start, I'm going to tell you first about, well, Extia. Extia is a French consulting company created in 2007 by Arnaud Frey. We are now 2,000 people in the world, we can say now. It's a great place to work company, and we are in Belgium, in Switzerland, in Spain, in Romania, in Portugal, and very close actually soon in Canada. Here, this project in Portugal was an entrepreneurial project. I actually proposed to create this subsidiary here around 3 years ago. So a discussion we had in 2018. And we are here in Portugal since 2 years. First, I would tell you a bit about why Portugal and how we actually settled the subsidiary. So why? Well, because of the closeness in terms of distance, there is actually a lot of clients that we can have also in France that are settled here. There is a lot of support center, nearshore center, IT centers from our French clients that are working here because the time zone is nearly the same. It's less 1 hour for us here in Lisbon than you in Paris or in France. And actually, we also here have a lot of well-educated people. Some of them and a lot of them speaking French, which made the choice for some of our clients to expand here. We find pretty much the same kind of environment in terms of IT and in terms of innovation. We actually also here have in Portugal the Web Summit, which is one of the biggest tech event in the world, the second one after the CES of Las Vegas. And this was all the reason why actually it would make sense for a company like Extia to settle in Portugal. And on a personal level, it made sense and a lot for me because of the quality of living and because of what we can enjoy here. And this is maybe something that you will also discover during our conversation. But obviously, I don't have to speak about the sun, and as we are burning here,
It's really
Yes, completely.
and so yeah, sun is something. The beauty of the city, the restaurant, and the quality of life, and the actually outdoor life that we can have here is something very serious. And well, it's been pretty good for us at Extia because I arrived here 2 years ago in June, very lonely, and now we are 30 people. And this is why it makes sense also to make this conversation today. We are working with French consultants, and Thomas, Mario are part of them, and well, a French employee like Kevin, who came from France and joined us and joined me in the boat. And so now we are actually growing and expanding here. So I will leave the word to Kevin, who will actually present himself, present his venue in Portugal, and also the contract we are having here with International Volunteer.
Thank you. I hope that everyone is listening to me, and I hope that my voice will reach you. I'm Kevin Piccolo. I'm the HR manager of Extia Portugal. I arrived in Lisbon in February 2020, thanks to my partner, Christina. She made me discover Portugal 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, and I completely fell in love with the country. So when I had the opportunity to go, I seized it, and now I'm here in Lisbon with Baptiste, Mario, Thomas, Daniel, who is behind the computer, to talk quickly about this international program. The VIE, in French we call it VIE, is an international mobility program which allows people, European citizens from 18 to 28 years old, to work for a company overseas. So this program is completely available. It's, I think it's a one chance opportunity. You can grab projects from 6 months to 24 months just by being between the 18 and the 28 years old. So this program is available for us, obviously, at Extia Portugal, but also in our agencies like Spain, Belgium, Romania, or even Switzerland. And I'm not alone. I'm here with Mario right now and Thomas. So Thomas, tell us about you.
Yeah. So hi everyone, I'm Thomas. Tell me if you hear me well. I can speak louder if it's necessary. I'm working for Extia Portugal since March 2020. Yeah, since one year. And I was already working for Extia Lille before coming here in Portugal. And I made the choice. Extia finally gave me the opportunity to come here in Portugal because I wanted to change my environment 2 years ago in Lille. So Extia Lille and Extia Portugal worked together to give me this opportunity to come work here in Extia Portugal with Baptiste, Kevin, and Mario.
And actually, if I may, unlikely for you, and unfortunately, it was March when actually Thomas arrived, 1st of March, and the 8th of March we were in the first confinement.
Just 1 week before the first confinement, yeah.
So you didn't have the best opportunity to see the city and to discover first. But,
so we're still in trying phase for the moment. Discovering this country.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, and what are you doing currently?
Currently, I'm working for the French company for Leroy Merlin. I'm in a mission project for Leroy Merlin since June 2020, and it's going pretty well. I'm working as a data analyst, data engineer, depending on the project, and it's going pretty well. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so you have interaction with friends on your project?
Yes,
directly.
I'm working for the subsidiary here in Portugal, but I have interaction with French team in Lille. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And remote.
Yeah.
And remote, obviously. And so what about you, Mario?
Yeah, me, how did I end up here? It's a crazy story. They chased me. I was living a good life in Strasbourg, France. Good job. I had my apartment with a lot of furniture, with a cat, with a girlfriend who were enjoying too, and I wasn't eager to leave. And Kevin, he found me on LinkedIn, and he proposed me a vitamin cure. And it was a perfect timing because my girlfriend was working with COVID. She's a nurse, and it was during the first wave, so a very difficult time. And she wanted to make a break, and it was a perfect timing for me. It's a good opportunity professionally because it's the first time that I'm doing an international career. So on the CV, it's very good. I open doors. I'm doing the same job as France with another company. I wasn't Extia. And I'd had a lot of barrier before coming. I wasn't sure, and they helped me with all my questions. The two guys that are next to me, and I'm really enjoying. It's one of the best choice that I made to come here, and I don't regret it at all. And the sun is here, and a lot of things are here, and we will discuss about it. But very nice, and Don't know if you have.
No, yeah, actually,
Yeah.
we talked about it, and we talked a lot about your case when it was time to be in a hiring process with you. But we were very glad to have an impact on personal life, because this touch more the personal life than the professional life.
Exactly.
When you settle here and moving with your girlfriend, with your cat, and
With everything.
And she's not speaking Portuguese. She found a job in 1 week.
Yeah.
Just for the in 1 week she never sends CV. When you're a nurse, you can go everywhere.
Yeah.
But here she wanted to make a break, and she's working as a client agent. I don't know, customer
support.
customer support, and for
success
French
management.
companies, and yes, she's living a normal life for once.
Yeah, sure.
Not seeing like death everywhere and as in hospital.
Yeah.
And it's really good, because for the first time we're doing a real break. It's like holidays.
Well, you're still working.
And we're still working. Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's nice. And we bring the cats too, and it was one part of the most difficult. It was the most difficult things to do.
Yeah.
Just bring the cat and take the decision to come here.
Yeah.
And the rest follow.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah,
And sorry,
Go on.
yeah, I was, but actually, yeah, just to go on this now, where we would have already done our intervention, and the idea will also just to have a conversation in between us, on which I hope will learn some things. So
Yeah.
Mario, about work, actually,
Yeah.
like, did you find any real difference that you could tell between France and Portugal?
It's a good question. I would say yes. I found a real good point by coming here that I didn't expect it, because compared to France, I'm doing kind of the same experience. I would say technically, I'm doing the same technical things. And
Well, you can disclose it.
Yeah.
But you're working for a French bank.
Crédit Agricole in investment, and in French it was Crédit Mutuel.
Yeah.
So it's parallel.
So you're doing programming. Maybe not everybody is very technical on following it, but programming for
French.
payment solutions for this bank.
Exactly, developing applications and so on. And the first thing when I came, so I joined a Portuguese team, working from French, and it was the first time that I was working with no French people, I would say. So totally new during COVID context, so in remote. So I was a little afraid of that.
Yeah.
And I had a very warmly welcome. They took an hour. The first day they took an hour to discuss with me, not about work, but about myself and their selves. Like for them, it's really important to know each other. Social is really important for Portuguese, and that's what surprised me. It's less formal, and during COVID context, remote, it was really perfect, because it's
felt more included maybe in the team.
Exactly.
So they are concerning to your personal life in a way.
Yeah.
Exactly. They asked about my family, how it's going, and all those things about my girlfriend, the cats, and they're giving me a good spot to go for holidays, and they are teaching me Portuguese. That's nice. And now I'm doing all the meeting in Portuguese with them, trying to speak with them. It's hard, but very nice. Good language and good people.
Okay. I would have said, just like when I arrived in June 2019, I first started to work with Portuguese HR in July. And I could see this also with the different clients we had and work environment that I could see from outside. Is that they really respect hierarchy. And the management is really top down with rules, and they would not try to be critical or defend some idea. Or maybe this is very French. I don't know. Like just to be critical.
Maybe critique is a French thing that we are not seeing here, hopefully. And we can see it by the name that they give to them, like
Yes.
doctor, tutor, and something like this. There is a lot of doctor here in Portugal. It
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
that
yeah.
there is a lot of.
I think I know. I'm not sure. As soon as you have a master degree,
Yeah.
you can be called doctor.
Oh, okay.
But yes, they call
Here?
themselves
Okay.
engineer or senior engineer or
Yeah.
senior
Yeah.
doctor, doctor architect.
Great.
This
Great,
is
great. Cool. And guys, regarding health, it seems like everyone is in good health since we are here.
Yeah. Actually, we didn't put any masks.
Yeah.
No.
And excepting me, when I arrived here, I remember that I was sick. I was sick as hell. It was disturbing because it was my first day in Portugal. I arrived sick. It wasn't the COVID-19. And the fact is that we have the chance with this program to have access to private insurance. This private insurance is calling April, and it works exactly the same way as in France. In France, we have the Sécurité Sociale, and here in Portugal is the same for the VAE. It's the April, so exactly the same. It's if something happened, just have to scan the recipe of the pharmacy and stuff, and just send to April, and the reimbursement is clear directly, and it's done directly. So hopefully there is a thing that we can talk about, because it's important, because sometimes people are asking questions about regarding health. If I fell sick, what will happen? So yeah, but it seems that since more than a year now, it's vitamin D every time and 300 days sun. So
And it's in European countries, the quality of healthcare is better than other. It can be a barrier when you don't know the country. For example, if you go to Africa or another country, you can
be scared of not being attended with the same service, but there is a social security here also and public hospital, and I have used it. I used the service, and it's pretty much the same as in France in terms of what you can get, and most of it for free. But speaking about my case as a Portuguese employee, Portuguese contract.
Yeah, sure. And in all the way, there is always a way to find his own, how can I say this, happiness, something like that, even if helps. And regarding happiness, social life, Thomas, what do you feel? How do you find the city?
The city is very cool for that, because it's a capital, so it's very international. And you can see a lot of different culture. Like every weekend, I can meet different culture. Like I know a weekend I will meet some Italian guys. The other weekend we'll meet some Brazilian guys. So yes, there is this mix of culture. It's very, very interesting, and you can learn a lot about that. And it's really, really
lively.
Right.
You saw it in restaurants, right? In restaurants, there are a lot of different kinds, like Lebanese, Brazilian, because
Portuguese, of course.
Brazilian.
Yes.
Yeah, you have everything for the restaurant. Everything here. Definitely.
And food is great here.
Oh yeah,
the fish, the
food
meat,
is great. Unfortunately for me, food is great.
This didn't take too much time to adapt.
Yeah.
But in terms of social life and melting pot, also I would say that I don't know, but in my point of view, also because of maybe Web Summit, and because of innovation, and because of having a lot of different companies here, like you have Cisco, SAP, you have Microsoft, you have Google,
Also,
all the big companies are here,
Thanks.
and also a lot of startups. And it seems that there is a lot of individual people who founded companies here, are also digital nomads, because it makes sense to enjoy this weather and quality of life, and to work from here rather than working maybe from Thailand or Bali. There is a lot of digital nomads there too. But it seems that there is this terreau, there is this environment of emulation, and this makes us maybe meet some interesting people, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You have a lot of work increasing since the crisis in 2008, and you feel it. A lot of big companies are coming, and
yes, but it's I think it's thanks to the welcoming part of Portuguese people, because Portuguese people in general are very welcoming. This was frightening, because when I arrived from France, This is not a meetup to critique France or whatever, but when I arrived here in Portugal, I was very surprised by the civism of people. Just to wait for the car and wait for the bus, people are waiting, and they are waiting for real. If they arrived before you, they will just go on the bus. But if you arrive before them, but they are in front of you in the queue, they will let us pass to go into the bus. And this is little things
impressive.
that is very impressive. And I lived that moment in a supermercado, so in store. When I was with my partner, I was doing my grocery, and my instinct reflex was to go into the new queue when it was open. But it's not like that in Portugal. In Portugal, people are waiting, and when the new queue is open, it's by order of arrival. I try to do as natural, but I was just grabbed by a woman and said, "Go wait inside." I said, "Okay." So
makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
And it feels right at the point, like to act like this.
Yeah.
And metro are clean, bus, and they are really clean. If you compare to Paris, you have a good.
They take care of the station and
Yeah.
everything.
But about to try to go from one place to another in Lisbon, you have metro, tramway, bus.
Yes.
A lot.
But also something we have to disclose is that the
We have
city
to
is
say it.
small.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
really we can walk. Everything is kind of walking distance. It's sloppy AF, but it's doable.
Yeah, sure. Everything is accessible by foot, and you can have I don't know the English word to say this, but you can have a great ballad. I don't know. I don't remember how to say this, but you can walk as simple as it gets. You can walk everywhere you go, and the plus is that when you walk, even if it's by night, you can feel safe here.
Yeah.
And there is this feeling of safety that that you can feel no matter the hour. When you go out, you know that you feel safe. Except if it's not, how can I say this, a lack of luck. And normally nothing can happen. It's arrived every time that I just go out and just go walk. And this feeling is very great. And this is a big difference.
Well, Lisbon has been elected again third or fourth safest city in Europe.
Yeah.
And it's after northern Europe country. And yes, it's very, very safe. We don't feel any delinquents, or I think
true.
like
We don't see it.
we
It's
never
see it
felt
and-
really violence or
true.
And police are everywhere.
Yeah.
Police is everywhere, and they are just doing their job.
Yeah. And you were speaking about civism.
Yeah.
Guys, like, Thomas, maybe what did you think about COVID, the COVID situation? I think this is an example we can speak of because, I spent the COVID time here and I've been confined as everybody, but I think it was not the same as in France, and civism is also implied into this behavior that we can find.
Yeah. Here, well, when I arrived, I just arrived for the first confinement. So, I know a lot about the COVID situation. But here I think that the people respect the rules in place during this pandemic. They respected the rules, and this is why the situation improved a lot quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think they do it the rules applied are very smart. Like, they are not going to push too far the rule. They put some rule very restrictive, and at the same time you have some freedom also to enjoy the city. So for me, the COVID is well managed here in Portugal.
Sometimes that was shocking for me,
Yeah.
but smart and good
Yeah.
was that there were no fine for the restriction.
Yeah.
People were just respecting it, and that's it. There were no subject about getting to pay because you are out of your 10-kilometer zone, or do any kind of justificative to actually go out of your house. If you have to do your grocery, you just do it, and that was it. And like and well, French people, and I think we were part of those. I was sometimes out on time I shouldn't have, And so already I've been controlled by the police being on the Miradoro, and they were on the place seeing the city, and they were very kind into just saying should not be here now, go home. And like this was also part of the civism that you can feel and that you cannot feel in, well, I would say in Paris maybe.
Yes, it was very well, how can I say this, managed. It was very well organized because people even anticipated the confinement. Before the official announce, everyone was already at home. Say, okay, we will wait, we will be patient, and fico em casa, and tudo vai ficar bem.
This was actually pretty impressive to see the communication from the government. What you said, fico em casa, which means stay at home, and tudo vai ficar bem, which is it will all comes good. This was official communication on Instagram, on billboards on the streets from the government to the people, which is like more we are all in the same boat and all is gonna be okay, rather than you pay if you just are place.
Yes, sure. And talking about boat, what is the activity that you start to do here, or what kind of activity we can find here when you arrive?
Beach. It's like 30 minutes from here, and in beach you have a lot of things to do. I like to do castle sand.
Okay.
But
this one, Mario.
Better than just wait that the sun go through your skin. And yes, surf. I think you do surf. I'm not. I started just to try.
Yeah.
But I'm a climbing man. I love to climb.
Yeah.
I was doing climbing in France, and I discovered here that there were a lot of good spots, amazing spots.
Yeah.
You have indoor climbing, like in France, but you have also outdoors in Sintra, for example, bouldering without the rope. You have with the rope on mountains, and you have one thing that is incredible. I didn't try it yet, but you can climb near to the sea. And if you fall in the water. No need to rope.
Okay.
And there are good spots here in Portugal. Okay. It's well known for that. And climbing, one of my passions when I was in France. And here, I ended very well because, and we are doing actually.
Both of you. Nice.
No, but with Extia, we have a climbing team now.
Yeah, it's true. Exactly.
Yeah, well, actually, this is things we try to set up to have individual, how to say, activity, hobby that you can share, and everybody can on board on this. So climbing is one. Tomorrow we're gonna do a board games. With actually
tomorrow with Kevin.
Kevin who is attending.
Yeah.
But you spoke about the beach, the
surf,
I actually do surf, and I'm trying to surf as much as I can, and that's actually something that is incredibly way cooler than what I could do in Paris, I would say. But also just in terms of transportation in the beach, you just have to cross the bridge. And by Bolt or Uber, it's 18 minutes and 16 euros, something like this, or even less
13,
sometimes.
something like that.
Yeah, it's very cheaper than what we can find
in France
elsewhere. And also the RER, kind of like the RER we would have in France, the train from Caix do Sodré, which is the center of the city, to Carcavelos is 20 minutes, which was my actually travel from Opéra to La Défense in Paris. It's not the same feeling.
Yes. 20 minutes was the waiting time for me before, just to wait for the bus to go to the gas station, to go to La Défense also. It was 3 hours transportation a day. So the difference is huge also. Yeah, exactly. And so we can say that we developed a kind of routine, kind of habit that we have. Do you have one?
I like to do sport. I have a lot of things. But I'm not doing a lot of things different than France. But here I have the sun, so when I finish the work, I like to go out, go to the bar, or it's always outdoor here activities. I like the morning to do some sport outdoor in the park and have bonsai also.
Yeah,
So personal.
you show us your bonsai.
And I don't have I have classical routine, like to travel, discover Portugal when it's weekend. When it's work, after works, I like to go out, chilling with the sun because the weather is really clever. I never watch the weather.
The forecast.
The forecast.
Yeah.
It's not something that I do here. It's when it's raining, it's a surprise. Like it's really rare, but when it's happening, it's
it's raining today. Sure. And we can say that with Baptiste, we developed a routine to go to Mercado. In the Tasca. Tasca is a traditional Portuguese restaurant, very traditional with big food, and how can I say this?
Grilled fish, grilled meat, and it's very typical kind of brasserie and very. But this is something very
something that we developed. It's easy. It's easy here to find a lot of different restaurants and a lot of places and a lot of cafe also.
And that is something that you were a bit developing earlier. But in terms of social life, this Tasca habits is being very included in the Portuguese culture and maybe the working class, I would say, social class. And but we also have the which is actually very fine, and we are very happy that we can enjoy a grilled fish and with potatoes and starter and vino verde for 12 euros lunch.
Exactly.
And also we have this privilege of having the opportunity to be in this kind of places where we have a nice terrace and some cool cocktail with a rooftop bar and stuff like this. And this is pretty awesome that we can have all those this balance and contrast and can enjoy both at the same level.
Yeah, completely. And in terms of routine, I heard that you were running.
I run. I try to run 3 times a week.
Wow.
I try. Not every week.
So when was the last
You
time?
should have not say I try. Just say I run 3 times a week.
Okay, I run. But what I enjoy is just to run the morning and just enjoy the sunrise on the river, on the Tej, and this I really enjoy it. And it's very cool because you have this you can run near to the river. It's it's not a very like you can go from the city center to Belém historical neighborhood. I think it's 5 kilometers. And you can also enjoy to run in the Parc Monsanto.
Yes,
it's very up and down, uphill and downhill, and it's very, very good to improve your running skill. But it's a very nice city to have a very good spot to run.
To practice sports.
Yeah.
Sort of outdoor life.
Yeah.
And something that was nice during this pandemic time also is that cultural events, when we were not totally confined, which was the start, they continued. I went, for example, to the cinema. It was they did the Surf at Lisbon, which was a cinema festival. Also, the festival of French movie was actually ongoing, and they just did some regulation with 1 seat lock and 1 seat on. And it was pretty nice to continue to have this life. So concert at Foundation Gulbenkian. And I think it was a bit more, not more, I don't know, but it was clever to continue enjoying this and have this moderation into rules.
Sure. And the fact is that Portuguese have been way advanced in terms of tourism. They try to open activities and spots for tourism before the other countries. And by the way, do you have some spots here in Portugal that you like?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It's,
Portugal.
for sure. I don't know if I have to say just one place. I think it will be the natural park of Arabida.
Yeah.
It's 40 minutes by car from Lisbon, and this is a place like you have this green forest, you have the sea, you have these small beaches between the cliff. It's very, very beautiful, and the sea is very beautiful. This place, for me, it's one of the best place in Portugal.
Where it is?
Arabida.
Arabida, it's in
Park.
the...
It's between Setúbal and Setúbal.
okay.
It's
Not
40
far
minutes.
from Lisbon.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes from Lisbon, and it's a natural protected place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very savage, very very natural. And if you want to go there, you have to wake up early and to go there and to arrive at 8, 7:30, something like that. Because to park, as it preserved, there is no place to park. So you have to find one and to enjoy after this the forest and
everybody is going there.
But during July, August, right? In the
I went.
April.
Yeah,
May,
I went.
April too.
Yeah.
Actually, anytime.
Okay.
To disclose, I went to the beach. Maybe I actually haven't been for 4 weekends in 2021 and in 2020, but most of the time it was every weekend that I would go in Costa de Caparica, even in the winter if there's some sun. So it's pretty okay to go to the beach.
Yeah, true.
And so, Mario, do you have a favorite spot here?
I discovered one 2 weeks ago, Praia da Ursa. It's a beach not far from Sintra. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my team leader. He sent me this address.
Yeah.
And you need to access to the beach. You have hiking, but a little dangerous hiking. but it's worth it. It's a big spot with a big rock in the middle of the beach.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know if it's well known or not, but when I went there, it wasn't full of person, so it was kind of paradise. No buildings around. It's really middle of nowhere and amazing view. And I went there by bus, and it was really easy.
Yeah, I didn't
Train
know you-
plus bus.
Yeah.
Train and bus, yeah.
Yeah.
And good spot, really good discovery. But there is a lot of beach, and I want to discover mountains too. But now it's too hot to go to the countryside.
Yes. Indeed.
I don't know if you have spot too, Kevin.
Mine, it's not a secret anymore because I'm talking about this every time. It's Nazaré. Nazaré, it's a little town at 1 hour and 10 minutes of Lisbon, very accessible. It's a little town where they have the big waves. I don't know if it rings a bell for people. Normally, yes, we cannot pass away from it. If you want to die, just go. And yes, there is the big waves. It's a very small town, and it's near the forest. It's very natural, very, how can I say this, welcoming. It's like a little family in Nazaré. It's very little. The food, the fish are very great, and there is a very good spot here to go to the beach and to go to all the Costa. And also into the north. You were talking about warm, and it's true. When you go into the interior of Portugal, into the north, I went to the Gerês. Gerês is a national park, big national park, very big national park of Portugal, and there is a lot of lake inside, a lot of place to hike, a lot of mountains. Very, very good, very good. And what about you?
Well, I'm going a lot in Costa de Caparica, which is just in front, the other side of the bridge. But this is just for the weekend, or even the week. But no, in terms of tourism, beaches in all the south of Portugal, in Algarve, are pretty famous. They are maybe also in the ranking of the best beach in the world. But I would say that there is a lot of different places, and even maybe close from here, Lisbon, there is Obidos, or Fatima, or Leira. I haven't been to those two last one, but what's nice in those kind of cities that's very historical. Obidos is a medieval city, and I think this is also funny and nice to see the history of Portugal.
Yes, and when you talk about history, there is also a city that you should visit. It's Tomar. Tomar is a medieval city, and it was the, how can I say this? It was the first print of the European Templar. They decided to establish their basement here in Tomar in the year 1100. So it's very, very charged in terms of history, very beautiful, warm also, because it's inside the terra, if I can say it like this. It's interior of Portugal, but yeah, it's there is plenty of things to do when you go to Portugal. But in terms of how can I say this? We know that there is a lot of things to visit, a lot of things to plan, a lot of things to do. You don't know it when you don't know the country, and it's absolutely normal. But in terms of administrative, did you have any fear of coming here because you didn't know the administrative part?
Yeah, for me, yeah, because it's a new country. They were talking when you come, they always give you a list things to do.
Yeah.
Do this NIF, the contributions, official fiscal number, and do this paper. But in fact, you just have to follow the to-do list. It's Europe, so a lot of things are they have the they are used to it here in Portugal. So it's easy. If you have your passport, your French passport, you came here, and you don't need to do a visa. You don't need to. There is a lot of things that you don't need to do. You just have to find a place to live and do some kind of papers. Yeah, right.
Yes. And it's true that Business France is helping a lot with that kind of procedure because
in our case, right.
Exactly. When you are accepted and when the contract is on the way, you receive letters, you receive your right and your duty, and you receive also a list of lojas to go to register to have the financial number. It's pretty easy, and it takes like maybe 2 weeks, something like that, to have it. A month more or less, but we are here to help people to get this. So it was pretty cool.
The NIF, I think it's something that we should speak of. It's kind of funny. It means número de identificación fiscal, which is number of fiscal identity, and this is personal to each person. And actually, when you are in a voluntary contract, you don't use it that much, but every Portuguese use it so much. You just when you buy a metro ticket or you pay at the restaurant, you give your NIF because every transaction is actually registered in the state administration. And it's the same with companies. Any kind of invoices that you do, it's already included with the NIF, so it makes the accountability way easier.
Sorry.
And you were talking once about lottery. I don't know.
Yes.
An amazing fact of.
It's an amazing fact. The fact is that when you are, it's calling contribuint. It's to contribute to the money of the country, the registered money of the country. When you pay everything like that is said, you can give your NIF, so your fiscal number, and you are how can I say this, electable for a lottery, and you can win a car also. You can win a car at the end of the year.
So every year in June, they just pick an invoice and
boom,
would make the people win
a car and
50,000 euros or a car or something like this. But this is actually to encourage people to actually give their NIF, so they would have actually a view on a transaction, which is actually pretty clever. In terms of cost of life, well, obviously it's lower than France. What do you say in terms of if you compare? We can compare what's comparable. If you compare the house, the apartments, the rent, or even the restaurant, or what would you say?
It's in my case, I'm in the middle of Lisbon, really in the middle of Lisbon, and compared to Paris, I don't know how much for 70 square meters.
Square meters.
With a little balcony. No, I'm between 50 and 70. I don't know exactly. It's an old apartment, but with the balcony, I'm paying around 800 euros with my girlfriend.
Okay.
So
for 70 square meters.
between 50 and 70. I don't know exactly. I don't remember, but
Okay.
that's really cheap when you compare to Paris.
Okay.
Because I'm really in the center
Yeah.
of Lisbon. I have access to everything. I'm not far from here, like 5 minutes by walk.
Okay.
And yeah, all the charge and all those things. It's
Bills included.
Bills
Yeah.
included.
yeah, bills included. No, I pay electricity and water. It's
Okay.
kind of the same
Yeah.
price as France.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, services are a bit
yeah.
expensive. Even like telecom services,
Yes.
internet, phone.
Yeah.
Well, actually, phone you can keep
You
your
can,
contract from France and use
And
it
keep it,
like
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And it's actually cheaper. I use mine, but
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
and but phone they don't have unlimited contract and electricity and gas.
Gas and water
They are
also.
one of the most expensive country
Yes.
in Europe.
Yes. Exactly.
but you don't need a car. That's important. You can if you want. It's difficult to park. I don't know.
Well, maybe you need a moto. And
Oh,
actually, I'm
moto.
selling one.
So everyone,
If you're interested, just
if you can win a moto, and then you will see with Baptiste directly. But yes, overall, despite that kind of stuff that can be expensive, but I think it's normal.
Yeah.
The overall quality of life is very accessible in terms of restaurant, in terms of coffees, in terms of everything that else. And honestly, it's very good if you find maybe €5 on the ground one day when you work. You can surely have a party for this.
Yeah,
And
true.
it's a thing to keep in mind. Yes, it's very easy, and even in terms of activities,
Small
Obese,
party
yeah,
of Civilism.
affordable.
small party, but enough to enjoy. But
Yeah.
in terms of activity also, you can do everything. It's the international mobility program allow people to have good quality of life,
Yeah, true.
and
Yeah,
it's a thing to keep in mind also. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's affordable and even to yeah, like you said, food and hobbies.
Yeah.
And all those things compared to France or yeah, that's why a lot of companies are here too. But
And there is something we should say to finish with this, and then we're gonna go with the question
Q&A.
if we have some.
Yeah.
But yeah, the proximity with friends is also
Yeah.
something pretty easy. I'm a bit concerned by my carbon impact taking the plane to go back to France, but my family is in Lyon. I was living in Paris, and from Paris to Lyon, I was spending €140 by train from Friday to Sunday, and it was a 2-hour travel.
okay.
Now it's the same, even cheaper sometimes to take the plane from Lisbon to Lyon. It's 2 hours 15, something like this.
Yeah.
And so this proximity that we have,
Yeah.
I think, allow us to continue having relation with family, friends.
Yeah.
I mean, when I arrived here, I went a lot back to France for weddings and 30 years old birthday party or things like this, and I could also have a lot of friends coming, and I
Yeah.
think this is important in terms of not letting all your life.
Yes, you're not going
Yeah.
to Australia.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
example. Yeah.
For example.
Yeah, if anything happened, you have this.
Yeah.
You are
You were in
Sure.
Lille. In Lille.
In
In
Lille?
your case, yeah, I don't.
In Lille, I have to pass by Paris or by Brussels,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's like 2 hours, like 2 hours to go to Paris and 1 hour to Paris to Lille. And Brussels is kind of the same, so it's really easy also to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Guy. We had the information that we should maybe go to questions. So I'm gonna check on the screen if we have some. And so, how fluent are the Portuguese? Do they speak good English only in big city or everywhere? And yes, this is something that we were thinking about,
Yes.
but we didn't speak.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I said that I didn't speak Portuguese before I arrived, and now I can speak Portuguese. But Portuguese are very, 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 very strong in English, better than French,
Yeah.
way better. And it's easy to ask something and to live here without speaking Portuguese. Of course, it's better to adapt because they are welcoming, but we owe them something. So it's better to learn the language, but it's easy to work and to ask.
I would say so, that you can actually live easily without speaking Portuguese.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, they have a very better level, and something that makes it also is that they don't translate or double the TV shows or the series and everything. All stays in English.
Yes.
We are very proud of French people to be the good doubler for our movies, but then we are a bit low in terms of English.
In terms of English, exactly.
And elder relation
no
also.
matter the generation, right?
Yeah.
The elders too, and with a good accent.
Mm.
They speak very well. It's impressive, better than me for sure. And this is something amazing when you.
Honestly,
Yeah, and also elder generation, most of them they speak French.
Yes,
because
it
it was first
mandatory.
language mandatory at school.
Yeah.
And because of the history of
the
France
proximity.
and Portugal, there is a lot of interaction that we had.
Yeah.
And so Arnaud was asking for commercial and management aspect, how fluent in Portuguese are you? How you learned? Well, I'm fluent.
All bilingual.
No, for my side, I think I'm not that bad in Portuguese, and I really try since the start to be into it. And I had the training at the beginning before coming, and I was speaking Spanish and Spanish, French, same Latin roots as Portuguese, and at the point it gets it easier to catch. What about
Spanish.
you, Mario?
Yeah, me, I started with Duolingo. It's an app. It's good for vocabulary, but you need to keep going because it's really hard to follow. But here, like you said, it's Latin roots.
Latin
So it's easy to understand even if you don't speak the language.
Yeah.
And that's how I did. Because I'm working with Portuguese, so I asked them to speak Portuguese, even if I'm not understanding. And when it's important, I raise my hand and say, please, no entendo, I don't understand. And for that, they are great because they speak slowly, devagar.
Then switch directly.
Yeah, and they're eager to, if you are learning, they are really glad and they are helping you.
Yeah,
and in my case, now I'm able to speak. But even if
And
it's
do you
technical,
try, like if you go to the pasteleria, something, like you go to the bakery, do you try to speak?
Yeah, and sometimes I don't have the choice. For example, yesterday I had a water issue, and the guy that came in our house was only speaking Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I spent 1 hour explaining everything in the bathroom, Casa do Banho in Portuguese.
Yes.
And it went well. And we understand each other, and I'm able to go everywhere speaking
And
Portuguese.
now the apartment is fully flooded.
Yeah.
No, but it's cool. How proud did you feel about it? Like
a lot of proud. When I'm speaking with my colleagues in Portuguese. That's the best. When you're achievement, because I'm doing meetings with them in Portuguese. Yeah, I switch in English because
you struggle.
Yeah, it's not that it's difficult. It's because the way of thinking is when it's not your language, you need to focus more, and it's can be tired.
Sure.
Tiring,
a lot. But when it's sentence, it's easier.
Yeah.
When it's a speech, it's different.
But it will come.
And both of you, Kevin and Thomas, you took some classes.
Yes,
also, huh?
exactly. We took some classes. I have the advantage to have a Portuguese partner, so it helped me to learn day to day. But I took some classes to improve and to have the basic level, the level to be understood and to be able to understand. And now it's a matter of practice because, as you said last time, practice is key. So let's do it.
Yeah, it's more or less the same as Kevin.
You have a partner Portuguese also?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I took some lessons to have the basics in Portuguese, and now you have to practice more than I'm doing now. Yeah, so I'm still learning. But
Okay. Gillian was asking, how difficult is it to find a flat, house, rental, the file numbers of accommodation available?
During
Easy.
COVID, it was easy. I
Easy.
don't know
Yeah,
if,
it was very easy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's easy. You have different application, mobile
yeah.
app, and we used to send to candidate and to people a resume, a summary of different apps and different way and different website to learn and to be informed.
Mhm.
And there is two apps, Idealista and Imo Virtual, and those apps help you to find an apartment. It's pretty easy because the city is very cosmopolitan. There is a lot of
Yeah.
people, so there is a huge turnover. So it's easy
Yeah.
to find an
Yeah.
apartment. And then you just ask message. In general, it's particular. So you just have to call them in English, of course, and then you do the visit. It's exactly in French. Exactly the same.
And you said that it was easy during COVID, and maybe it is something because yes, like in 2008, Portugal was down in the crisis,
Yes.
and they rose with innovation, more companies, lowering taxes, and gathering some capital. And tourist was a big vector of growth. And there is a lot of Airbnb apartment and short-term rental apartment here. And obviously during COVID, all those apartments went back on the long-term
Exactly.
rental market,
Exactly. Yeah.
So it helped
which
a lot
made
of
it.
people.
My apartment, I was actually paying 900 euros for 55 square meters with a terrace, nicely furnished in Alfamar and in the old district of the city. And during COVID, I had 25% discount on the price of the rent because they just wanted to keep me in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, makes it easy. And actually, it helps for the transition. Thierry was asking, did you have any help for your installation in Portugal?
This is a help.
Yeah, no, but well, you were saying about it. Just Business France is
Yes.
helpful.
Yes, Business France is helpful because they give you paper and all the accommodation to have the information, and then here in Portugal with Extia, Baptiste and I we took the routine to help new people, new coming by giving them some tips and by just being available to help them and to help them to find an apartment. Yes.
And actually, well, we were lost when Thomas arrived. He was the first to
Yes,
arrive,
totally.
and he was the proof of concept. He was the MVP.
Exactly, you are the
Yes.
MVP. Yeah.
But now, well, with this volontariat program, we have 9 consultants, 9 Extians here in Portugal, and we have a strong, let's say, community of people, and everybody went through the same steps.
Yeah.
So we have a WhatsApp group, and everybody can help. Mario is one of the ambassadors of this, and helping in terms of administrative steps with NIF, with
What's the
finding
tips?
apartments.
Exactly. And
Thomas was hosting Marius, who is working in Porto last week when we celebrated our 2 years anniversary to have a crash at his place. So it's also somehow how we help ourselves. It's in between us and outside of Portugal. There is a Meetup where you can meet a lot of different people. There is groups on Facebook, a community of French people that is huge.
True.
And so at the point, it's I think easy to get help.
Yes, and even to network with people. We have some Extians here, like Kevin, who arrived alone and now know a lot of people and even plan some event with them, with a board games game, a role play game with them. You can find people related to your passion and hobby. It's pretty easy here.
Yeah, with a big community. Well, it's not my case, but my girlfriend experience.
Yeah,
she's working with a lot of foreign people.
Yeah,
and they are all like us, like coming in countries that they don't know.
Yeah,
for studies, for work, so you will find a lot of people like us. That want to discover, that want to enjoy,
just to enjoy and
get hobbies. no matter the work or you'll find a lot of people here for young people and and also
Yeah. Sure. Actually, I was trying to write and to ask if everybody has some more question, because we are very open to speak. We would say like last 2 questions if you need some. Don't hesitate to ask anything. It couldn't be
Feel
stupid.
free. There is no dumb question. Your help will be welcome. You could help us to improve, and we have that mindset of continuous improvement here. So don't hesitate. Feedback is a gift.
Yes, and so I'm trying to see the last question. How many VE do you recruit for a year? Thanks, Marie-Hélène. Well, actually, it's really depend on the opportunity. We are very open to hire people with engineer degree or technical skills who actually speaks English, because it would be more complicated if not. And since July, we actually have 7 more people who arrived. And in September, we will have 5 more people arriving. But it's pretty open yet for hiring and even for opportunities right now, because we actually have a project ongoing with Java programming, with C#, with
Node.js, React, all kind of technology related to development, but also if you are into system administration, if you are into DevOps, and also if you want to go to Porto, it's possible. We can do it also.
And Ahmad asked, do you do a work permit for outside of Portugal? And I would say that you should contact us directly, because this is not something that we started yet, and not that we won't do it, but we didn't because we didn't feel the need and opportunity to do it, because as we are still growing and creating the structure, it's all about kind of MVP and doing the things when we need to do it. And so anticipating all the administrative work of doing a visa for outside of Portugal is not relevant. We have to have the people and to actually have the need to do it, to actually think on how we will, so we could.
I hope it was clear. I hope it was clear.
It was a long sentence.
To be simple, just reach Baptiste directly.
Yeah, sure. And so, thank you. Well, thanks a lot to everyone. Again, your feedback is more than welcome.
Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot, everyone, for coming, and thank you a lot to Daniel, who is behind the computer, and who helped us to install all the logistic stuff. And you can admire the city thanks to him.
And so thanks to the participants.
The guy behind, he's showing,
See you soon.